Ideal scenario, they just sign out of old systems on Friday afternoon, sign into the new ones on Monday morning, and boom, that's them up and running. They are in the cloud.
It's the Cobry Cafetiere of cloud knowledge. Oh yeah.
When we say migration, we specifically mean hoovering up all their old data or their legacy data and putting it into the new location.
When you're thinking about migration, it's very useful to think about two different types. You can split them up into email, calendar, and contacts as like one bundle. That's like a migration, and then files are a completely different kettle of fish. They both involve moving old data to Workspace from your old system, but they're completely different in the way you handle it.
Yeah, I think it's very much from our point of view, part of our philosophy of having the best possible experience of Google Workspace, that people start with their own data that they recognise, like files and emails and calendar events. Like, it just means they're getting off on the best possible footing rather than with a blank slate, which means they end up experiencing rebuilding their working environment while experiencing new tools.
It's definitely more of a Cobry thing as well, like, because it's a higher standard of deployment. If you do, the better data migration you do, the better experience for the user when they switch over.
There's the initial planning stage, agreeing with the customer what needs to be moved over, how they would like their new workspace to be set up, what they would like moved over, things like that. But then once we've got that, usually the initial setup is we actually set up their admin console for themselves. So basically their whole Google Workspace setup. So we'll go ahead and create users, groups, OUs, things like that. Just so when we do move, when we are moving the data, they have a destination, they have a place to actually go to. But once we've complete that, it's essentially just making sure that the customer's happy with the way everything's set up, making sure they're happy with all the data that's been moved over, make sure nothing's missed. And then once it does, we then go ahead and change the DNS records. So it's essentially just changing some email records. So instead of saying, yep, point all incoming emails from the source, move it to change it to Google servers. So then they'll start coming into the Gmail mailboxes.
After we've done the main migration, the bulk migration ahead of the switch, there's usually a little bit of data left between the time where we started the first migration till the switch over. That may be a week, 2 weeks, a month. And in that case, we do what's called a delta migration. So after we've confirmed the switchover has been successful, we know that all emails are now coming into Workspace. So nothing's going to the old system. So all we need to do is remove the remaining bit there, and then we're golden. There's a concept that we've been trying to work to for a long time, which is very good, called the user shouldn't experience the deployment, they should experience the tools. And what that means is you want to minimize the amount of disruption and stuff that the user sees in terms of us moving stuff, switching over. Ideally, they sit down on at 9 AM or whenever they start on the Monday morning after the switchover. Their data's migrated. Might not be completely clean. I think we can help them, support them through that, but at least all their data's there. And ideally, they haven't seen any of the migration efforts. They just sit down, it's like magic. They just see their stuff shown there.
That's where it transitions and gets very real in terms of change management and making the client happy, you know, that they are moving to this new tool that we said is great, and they don't arrive, as Gordon says, into just like a huge ocean of files and can't get their work done. If you can help them structure their experience of their files when they move, then that's a huge win in terms of change management and taking the company and the users with you as they go through the switchover.